So you finally reached Master Rank 100. Congratulations!
Congratulations! Congratulations!
You've made it out of the 4-monster arena mines and probably want to make a build around the new Magnamalo variant, right? Well, you came to the right place. Not only will I show you a build with its weapon, but also include its armor set in the build too. Well, at least one piece anyways. What's up guys, it's Poir and welcome to my Scorned Magnamalo build that can reach pretty comparable numbers to my meta raw longsword builds, when rousing roar cats are not factored and excluding the elemental part of flicker as well, but pretty comparable in raw EFR, like over 800. This is going to be about longsword, however, the skills I'll show you can plug into the armor set searcher and then plug in whatever else you want for your weapons, like say focus for greatsword or rapid morph for switch axe for example. I'll leave a link to the armor set searcher, which is basically a builder, in the video description, so give the video a like and now we can start. First, let's cover the weapon, Devil's Deal, which looks really cool in-game, especially the blue, which is a bit weird since mag is all about purple, but whatever. This thing has 320 raw, 38 blast, no affinity, but has a 3-2 slot with a level 2 slot rampage deco. It's got a bit of purple, so that means you have to bust out the old protective polish to keep that thing perp. Probably even cooler than the sword though is the armor. I mean, dude, you get extra swords on your freaking shoulders. How sick is that? Also, the helmet looks
Badass!
No, badass!
Remember that!
Great design, but his set brings a new unique skill, Mail of Hellfire. This involves the scroll again, giving you flat raw attack at the cost of reducing defense on red scroll, and on blue scroll increases elemental damage, but decreases your resistances. So double-edged sword with this set. To be honest, level 3 is way not worth it. You lose way too much defense just for 25 raw. However, 15 raw for 1 point and you just lose 50 defense, which isn't that big a deal. That's a good trade-off if you mainly stick to one scroll, which you will have to do with this build if you want that bonus. So for your switch skill loadout, decide which skills you want to have on your red scroll first, as that's the main one you'll be forced to play in. For longsword, you can go an EI route like this, or a Sacred Sheath route like this. And if you want, you can even put Helmbreaker instead of Sakura Slash, since you can upgrade your gauge with Sacred Sheath. For pets, since this build technically gets over 90% and even 100% crit, Rousing Roar Cat is unneeded, so you can safely use the double dog combo with Silkbind move. With the Time Worm or Blitz or Heavy Strike scroll on them, you want a sleep or para weapon, and the skills should be range focused like this, with support focus and range centric. I tried the Heal Blade scroll with the Silkbinder and it kinda sucks, so I don't recommend it. It's better on Parasol dogs instead. Food, Booster, Defender, Weakener if host as your third, or a second defender as your third. Since you won't switch scrolls often or at all, Shifter becomes useless, and because you are losing defense with the Hellmail, you want that extra defense. And finally, the build. This is the budget version first, then the max version will be next. Instead of complaining to me about charms, guys, complain to Capcom. If you can get anomalies nerfed and longsword nerfed, I mean, come on. Riot for better charm system. The fact that god charms even exist, yet are so unobtainable with a 1 in a million chance or something, is just stupid. Hence, PC guys like me just cheat them in because the grind is just not worth it. I already did that on Switch, I ain't doing it again. People can farm shinies and Pokemon with ease, yet here you can't get a good charm to save your life without thousands of mels. Crazy. Game Freak more generous than Capcom confirmed. But this is with a QS2 2-2 charm. Exactly what I used in Base Rise on my Switch version. Yes, I played the Switch version back in the day and know all too well how bad the charm system is. And this is as min-max as you can get it with this charm. Full X, Quick Sheath, Wire Bugs, Critical Boost, PP, Max Might, 1 Mail of Hellfire, 1 Coalescence, and 1 Bloodlust. Again, Dereliction will be a separate video, but Bloodlust is kind of a soft core version of that. You can get Bloodlust from Shigeru Magala's set, and this inflicts the Frenzy virus on you, raising your raw attack by 10, increases elemental and status by 5, and reducing your stamina consumption and giving you evade window effect on your dodges. All really cool bonuses, but you will gradually lose health as the downside. After dealing 60 hits worth of attacks though, you can overcome the virus, which restores your health, loses those buffs however, but gains you 20% affinity at level 1 for 60 seconds, and up to 25% at level 3 for 90 seconds. However, I think Bloodlust level 1 is best since you can then run Coalescence, which whenever you overcome a blight, including Frenzy and Bloodlight from anomalies, Coalescence will give you an attack buff, 12. Again, level 3 is not worth it, it's only like a 5 difference from level 1, but combined you get 25 raw attack when under Frenzy and Red Scroll with Bloodlust and Mail, and overcoming the virus gets you 27 attack and 20% extra affinity with Coalescence and Mail, bringing your 80% crit from Max Might and Wex to 100% crit. So really strong combo, which could be an improvement with the meta longsword setup as well, if you want to run Flicker on this build. So that is the budget version, which doesn't get enough slots for speed sharpening, so you might have to use wet fishes or eat for dango that gives the chance to speed up sharpens. Now, here is the maxed version, PC edition. With the 311 attack 3 Wex 2 charm, legal, you gain, well, speed sharpening 3, 1 defense deco, and agitator 3 but lose 1 attack. Messing with the EFR calc, this setup got the second highest EFR after overcoming Bloodlust. The first was with attack 7 and 2 resentment, but against anomalies and when you overcome the virus, you have no recoverable health, so your damage goes down with no resentment. Whereas with Agitator, as long as the monster is angry, you gain attack and affinity. Granted, against anomalies, if you break them, they will go to a tired state, which then also loses you Agitator, so they're kind of all conditional buffs, but Agitator has much higher EFR than attack 7 res 2 when Frenzy is not beaten, so overall it's probably a little bit better. For the Rampage deco, by the way, you want to use the anti-species one, Dragon, Aerial, Aquatic, choose one depending on the monster you're fighting. And if you're really down bad with charms and you only have a 3-2-1 slot, then here is an option for you. Check out my charm video if you want to know a sweet method of getting charms in a reasonable amount of time. Well, at least for something like a QS2 2-2 charm anyways. And lastly, here is an Evade Extender version in case you want to jump around with Sack for multiplayer. But you get max attack 7 for the God Charm version. For a budget version of Evade Extender, this is the best I can do with a QS2 2-2 charm. So those are the builds for Longsword. If I were to scrounge something for Greatsword, maybe something like this. You lose Hellmel, but gain Offensive Guard 3, and since you lose Max Might, level 4 Crit Eye will give you some crit, so when you overcome Bloodlust, you still get around 100% crit without Rousing Roar. And I mean, with Offensive Guard up, you're looking at over 900 effective raw when you counter with the sword. So those are my Scorned builds for you to make, should you want to use its weapons. Now I'll get into Dereliction next build video. Majority are probably not going to be able to use it, and certainly refrain from using it in multiplayer, but yeah, the deeps are high. I don't usually do videos like this, I kind of like to stick to just meta videos, so if you enjoy this video, make sure to give it a like. Maybe we can tackle a 4-ray poison build in the future. Let me know in the comments. Good luck on the grind to master rank 100. If you want to see more videos like this, then subscribe and hit the notification bell for more Sunbreak epicness.